Happy Friday to my beautiful Hard Talks fam. You guys, if you're listening to this right now, I just wanted to take a moment to say thank you. We made it to episode 30 freaking 4, and I couldn't be more proud of this production or just happy connecting and meeting with all of you beautiful humans. God, like, I've really met and been able to connect with so many wonderful people through this podcast, and you guys all deserve a shout out. If you've made it this far and listening, me and Sarah want to say thank you. It means the world to us, and we see you. We appreciate you. If you're listening to this right now, in your car, on your phone, headphones, wherever you are, I want you to know that your hard work is paying off, and we love you. I hope your day is treating you well. It's the weekend. I hope that you guys are feeling good in your own skin and you have exciting plans for this weekend. I'm your trippy hippie Alicia, jumping on the mic from good old Utah, and you're listening to Hard Talks with a Blonde and a Hippie. I am solo today, but not for the whole episode. We wanted to do something a little different, and I wanted to bring you a little teaser of something that Sarah and I have been working on. It's a pre-recorded episode that is officially on Patreon. So if you want to listen to the full episode, you can definitely go find us at patreon.com/hardtalkswithbnh podcast. Don't worry, I know it's long. We'll list it in the show notes and in our bio on Instagram and Facebook at Hard Talks with BNH. But Sarah and I sat down literally right before she had her sweet baby, and we recorded a book reading. Very highly requested by many of you, even recommended by Dre Rocca. He's like, I want to listen to a book reading from Sarah. Well, if you listen to the whole bonus episode on Patreon, you'll not only get one reading, but you will get 2 readings from 2 separate passages of 2 totally different books. So strap in, folks, because by the time we finished recording, I literally was like red. I mean, I understand how my grandma must feel now. You know, she tells me I make her blush, but Sarah was making me blush. So I hope you guys enjoy it. We will be dropping an additional bonus episode to Patreon once a month. If you're curious about that, we have 3 different tiers. So if you want to be a patron for $5 a month, you get all of our episodes upcoming from now on early access to all those. If you want to pay us $10 a month and help support our dreams and goals and all the unicorns and butterflies we imagine, whatever, you can have access to same early episodes, and then you get that bonus episode a month if you pay that $10 a month. If you really love us and you really want to help the show and Hard Talks production continue to grow, you can pay $20 a month. And with that, you get everything else, early access to all of our episodes, the bonus episode a month, a mini bonus episode a month, and you get early access to all the merchandise that has never been seen before and will be released on our Hard Talks website that is coming to you, I believe, at the end of September now. I said this on an episode last time. It was like, I'm not a tech-savvy person. And building this website has been difficult for me, to say the least. I mean, you guys know by this point, like, I take care of everything production-wise, merchandise-wise, marketing, social media, everything in-house. It's all me. And so I really have been trying not to get ahead of myself and biting off more than I can chew. I've set dates in myself for the past where I haven't been able to meet those deadlines because y'all know the fuckery be real. And, oh yeah, I've been doing this a lot lately. 18 and Up podcast, fam. We talk all things controversial, difficult, or taboo. I will say this in the pre-recorded recap when I push play on that again, but, you know, since I curse like a sailor, I just don't want to be responsible for your children cursing like mine. My little boy, my sweet, sweet boy. And if anyone knows me personally knows Elliot is just a sweetheart. He's 4. And he was sitting on the couch just yesterday and he's like, Mom, why can't I say fuck? And I'm like, we've already had this conversation, bud. It's not a good word. It means something bad. And he's like, but I really like this song. And he starts singing, fuck you and you and you. Hot girl summer. I'm literally like, well, that is a really good song. And next thing I know, we're saying fuck you and you together. And I'm just like, I'm the worst fucking mom in the world. My poor boy is going to grow up with a mommy complex. Not really. Maybe. I don't know. But it was just killing me. And he even asked me, he's like, well, when can I start saying fuck? And I was like, well, let's wait until 16. If you're behind the wheel, yeah, I can get behind that. Like, I understand the fuckery be real. But yeah, no, guys, like, that's my own kid. I don't want to be blamed for your children cursing like that. We're working on it, okay? So, slide in on your own time. That being said, are you ready for some porn novel? An erotica novel? Oh. And you guys, Sarah had her baby on Friday the 13th, just like she wanted. Some of you were really, really close with your times and weights. No one was exactly right on. I was right on with like the time, but that ended up being her weight because I said 7:07 p.m. and she ended up being 7 pounds, 7 ounces. Miss Caroline May Redford made her earthly side debut, and she is a freaking cutie patootie. You guys are going to die. I have all the hard talk onesie outfits for her in the works, and I can't wait to show you all. So you guys can, if you want your baby to be a Hard Talks babe, we'll have that one day on the website. That's coming to you. I keep saying that. Anyways, she was born at 2:38 in the morning. So Friday the 13th, 2:38 in the morning. And we are going to post a little announcement for Miss May coming soon. I've just been like letting Sarah like enjoy the last week of motherhood. It's always crazy. And you guys know, if you're mothers yourselves, that first week of motherhood just goes by so fast. Like, I honestly don't think I even showered within the first week of my son being born, because it's literally like you're adapting and you're trying to get into this new routine and you're not sleeping, and breastfeeding is a whole nother entity. Like, it really is. So I've just been like quiet, letting her do her own thing, letting her enjoy this time. And as soon as I am able to meet the babe for the first time, I think then we'll make that announcement. I just want to let her soak up the sweetness of motherhood for a while. And then you guys will get a little Snapchat of the Hard Talks baby. She is fucking adorable. And I'm so proud of Sarah. I'm so glad that we were able to record this episode before she had the baby. But it's so funny to listen when I was editing it in retrospect. She's like, I just want to have this baby now. Like, I literally want to stand up in my water break. And I'm like, bitch, like, that'll get all over the carpet. And she is like, it'll be worth it. And she went like 5 days longer than that. So she was pretty miserable and so ready. But smooth labor, happy mama, happy baby, healthy ladies. I spoke with Chase, her husband, yesterday, and he said that everything went really smooth and they didn't even stay the full 2 days in the hospital. They got home and got settled, and I just love you guys. I love you guys so much. So if you want to send your favorite blonde some love, you can definitely do that. Slide into our DMs, give her well wishes. If you have like any tips or tricks for like early motherhood, like I'm sure she'd be open to that. 'Cause there's no fucking book. And the books that they have written for motherhood, they're crocs of shit. Like, you need real life woman experience. Like, I feel like when I've read some of those, I have to go look at the author and triple check. I'm like, is this a male or a woman writing this? Like, truly. It like goes back to that one. I say this to my friend all the time. It's like, that's why men invented high heels, right? And he goes, why? And it's like, this is actually from Legally Blonde, I think. But she says it, and she's like, men invented women's heels to make their butts look bigger and to make it harder for them to run away. It's just kind of like, there's no business for a man to be creating high heels or writing motherhood books. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I'm going to shut up and give you some erotica novel. I hope you guys enjoy. Shoot us an email at hardtalkswithbnh@gmail.com and tell us if you like this little teaser of the bonus episode. If you do, definitely hop onto Patreon. Again, I will list our Patreon in our show notes. And I will say this really quick before I shut up, like I've said 3 times. Patreon is not super user-friendly. Like when I was setting up our page, it's not like just posting to Buzzsprout because I've become accustomed to using Buzzsprout. I love them. We are an official affiliate with Buzzsprout. If you want more information about that, I'm definitely going to give it to you because they're fantastic. They make all the heavy lifting so easy. I literally publish my audio file and write our summaries, and then it disperses it to all of our podcast streaming platforms like Apple Pod, Google Pod, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, everything. But Patreon is completely separate on its own thing. So when you look us up, like you will have to type in the whole handle, patreon.com/hardtalkswithbnh podcast, because we're brand new there and there's so many podcasts out in the world right now. It's kind of hard for us, or it was hard for me to search for us, if that makes sense. So definitely, if you have any issues finding us, reach out because it hasn't been super user-friendly. But if you type in the whole thing, I promise we're there. It's up. That whole episode is up, and you can determine whether or not you want to support us and become a patron. It's huge. And if you do, email into the show, and by golly, I will give you the biggest fucking shout out that you have ever received in your life because you're beautiful and amazing and intelligent. And I fucking love you. And you deserve all the praise, not just for being a patron for the show, but because you're also awesome. And yeah, now I'm really going to shut up. I hope you guys enjoy. Bye. Is this taboo? Good evening, fam. You know what day it is. You know what time. It is actually a bonus episode. Heyo. Heyo. Yep. It was a long, awkward pause. Typical. Hey, guess who's in studio with me, fam?
Your favorite blonde, you guys.
She's still pregnant.
Still freaking pregnant. Hopefully tonight.
Her husband is on the couch or bed across from us in the studio, and he's like,
I know. Every time I bring it up, he's like, babe. I'm like, I know.
Just let it happen naturally.
Yeah, that's another reason why we waited to be induced on the 13th. Because let's just wait. And I'm like, nope, I'm over it.
She comes down the stairs, and I'm like, I'm so happy to see you. I thought the last episode we recorded was going to be the last time I saw you before you had the babe.
I was hoping.
And
yeah, I wanted, her head's already halfway out the birth canal. Like, come on.
I mean, you've been actively having sex?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Okay.
Well, hold up. You know what you're listening to. It's an 18 and up podcast. We talk all things controversial, difficult, taboo. Today's episode is a bonus episode. It's on Patreon for a reason, folks. You've been waiting for it. It's a reading of Sarah's erotic novels. Ooh. Or, maybe a few passages. I don't know. I'm in for shock, I think. But yeah, 18 and up podcast. Don't listen in the car with your kids. We curse like sailors. Don't want to be responsible for your children saying fuck or goddamn, okay?
Whoa.
Thank you, Linda. Continue.
Yeah, her head is literally like halfway at the birth canal. Because we went and got checked Monday. And he goes, you're still at a 2, but her head's right here. And I'm like, excuse me? You can feel her head. What the hell? Why is she still in there?
Can Chase feel it when he's up there too?
It depends on the He doesn't
He's
think
not
about.
trying
He doesn't
to.
think about. He's like, when I'm on top, he's like, what's that hard thing? I'm like, what? I don't know. And he's like, we're never doing that again. And I asked him the other night, I was like, I wish you would lick something. And he's like, it's just weird because I know my daughter is down there. And
my Lanta.
I'm like, is that why you haven't gone down on me? And he's like, exactly. I'm like,
Well,
damn it.
Damn it, Chase.
But I get it at the same time because I'm like, her head is really close. So I
think that is like, because I asked you that, when they were like, oh yeah, I can feel the head. I was like, is that like a real thing that men have always been tripping about and us women have always given them shit?
And then it
happens.
Is
it real? Like,
yeah.
Little Tootsie Roll for you, kiddo. Like,
because he's all like, because he felt it with his, like, because he like was checking to see if I'm dilated and he like went up there with his hand, like his fingers.
Oh.
And he's like, yeah, I can feel her head. And Chase is like, what does it feel like? Is it squishy? And he goes, no, it's like your head is just hard.
Is it squishy?
He's like, it's just like a hard, like you can feel like it's hard. And Chase goes,
poke her right in the soft spot.
He's like, oh, that's nice. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I'll never have sex again when I'm pregnant.
No, I see poor Chase in the corner of the physician's office, OB office, whatever the fuck they're called now. I'm terrible. It was on a side tangent, another one, really quick. I'll come back to this. I was editing the last episode, and I'm like, there are some repeat words that I use a lot, like literally. And I'm always like, literally. And I'm like, girl.
You like say literally?
Or some, yeah, or some ums.
I'm like,
some of my ums drive me crazy.
Like, yeah, like, like what I mean? Like,
yeah, so like.
I'm horrible at like. The like word.
Thank you for listening because we're ridiculous. Mostly me.
Literally. Where are we going with this?
I was coming back to the main point. I just said I would, but I forgot where I went with it.
Oh,
where you went with it.
Oh,
I see Chase in the physician's. Oh, that was where I was going with it. I was terrible with medical, like,
words,
analogies. Yeah, I don't know anything, and maybe I should put that in the disclaimer too. We're just a blonde and a hippie, just yip yapping.
I don't know.
Anyway,
I'm gonna Google it.
Poor Jason in the office in the corner, literally.
Yeah, he asked if he's like, do you want to fill her head? I'm like, yeah, babe, come fill her head, and he's like, God no.
Are you faint? Are you easily faint? Yeah. Well,
I don't. No, I don't think so. No. I don't know. I just told him to stay above the head, like above the knee.
I'm curious, like, I don't know.
We did buy like a little GoPro stand, so I'm like,
don't pass out when she's born is what I'm saying.
No, he gotta cut the umbilical cord.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I don't think my grandma can be that kind of thing. I think now with Delta, I can only have one support. So. She's like fine with it. She's like, which is Chase, right? I'm like, well, of course, Graham. Of course, I'm gonna have Chase there. She's like, just gonna be Chase, right? I'm like, yes, Graham.
Just making sure, because I had my kid in a car.
Yeah, she did.
But your granddad was there, right?
Yeah. So he had.
I mean, like, yeah.
They had 6 kids, and my uncle, the 5th one, it was on my grandpa's birthday, and she had him in the car because she waited too long. Because she's like, I'm not in labor. I just ate too many Christmas chocolates. And she's like, Arlen, I'm in labor. Let's go.
Arlen? You'd think after, the first 4, you'd know.
Okay, her last one, her 6th one, she went to the doctor and he's like, Kay, you're having this. He's like, Kay, you're ready to have a baby. And she goes, excuse me? I don't have time for this.
Yeah.
I have laundry to do. I have people coming over. I have to make dinner. I cannot have this kid. And the doctor is like, you're staying. She's like, no, I'm not. I don't have time.
You've mentioned that story to me in the past too. And
so
I'm literally
funny.
like, how did the baby just not walk out at that point,
Have you seen her hips? Literally.
I'm sure she has thriving
the
birthing
widest hips. And I love her. She has the widest hips.
Yeah, because 6 kids, that was their gateway into the world.
She wanted
what do you
12.
think? Oh, God bless Graham. Anyway.
12. I want like 1. I want her to come out now.
So to say the least, yeah, you're over it. You're done.
Yes.
And this probably very well will be the last episode. You know, actually, because this one's going to be just on Patreon.
Yeah.
Our majority of our fam will probably only hear you on that last episode until more people get on Patreon.
Yeah.
Which you should do.
Yeah.
Because you're supporting our dreams.
Yeah.
And our goals.
Yeah.
And you're helping us create more ridiculous content such as this. Oh my God.
And who wouldn't want to hear my voice talking about gangbangs?
Are you going to do an accent the whole time you read this?
God, no.
Okay.
I thought about it, but I was like, that'd be weird.
I'm kind of...
I'm trying to, like, not laugh during this because every time I try to, like, I'm like, Dave, listen to this. And he's like, what?
No.
I'm like...
Consider this... What the fuck just happened? That was strange. My computer's wigging out.
You look like ghosts.
I do in this house, and it's okay.
And at IROC.
That is true. Oh, yeah, guys, so I'm back in a salon before Sarah jumps into this. And first day back in a salon off 25th Street in Ogden, Utah, if you're not familiar. High homeless population there. But I'm out having a cigarette, Main Street, 25th. Lovely place to go bar hopping. The only place to do it in Ogden, actually. Mm-hmm. And about 2 hours into my shift, I see a girl get arrested for, I wasn't sure, either solicitation or being assaulted because a man was being arrested as well. And she was crying, but she was all dolled up and in some cute skimpy outfit. So I didn't know what to make of it. And me and bitch bonus Corey's son, Baron, kept strolling on by trying to get the scoop.
What did Baron say?
That Baron man is a trip. He's 12 and
some of the shit he says.
And Corey would agree as his mother. It sometimes catches me so off guard, or he'll say disturbing shit to make me look. And I'm like, what'd you say, Baron? And he's like, nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, dude. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I told Corey this yesterday. I was like, you never have to worry about that kid making money. He's a hustler. Mm-hmm. He literally bought a shitty, this is his story verbatim. I bought a crappy pack of Pokemon cards and they were all crap. And so what I did is I resealed them into another package and resold them and made money off of it. And he's got like 20,000 followers on TikTok, yo.
He does?
Yeah. I was like, Baron.
Did you look him up or did he tell you that?
When I was at the salon, he kept showing me from like 11 o'clock, it was like 18,000. And by 2 o'clock, he hit 20.
Because sometimes that kid can, over exaggerate a lot.
No, he showed me. I saw it. He was like begging Corey to like give him her credit card number or his driver's license so he could like start making money off of his content. And she's like, no, like you're 12 years old.
Know.
Like
have him bring up Hard Talks, man.
I was like 12-year-old Baron, creepy little crazy ass Baron. He's not creepy. He's
so
reminds
funny.
me of Forrest in the sense that he says some outright crazy shit.
You don't know where that comes from
for
being a
shock
12-year-old.
factor. Yeah. I mean, and Forrest is relatively the same age, but it's still
Mindset,
crazy.
It's fine.
He's does not act that age, but I was like, you gonna be my marketing director, yo? And he's like, yeah, I'll give you guys a shout out. I'm like, oh, you little bitch. Like, so anyways, I just thought that was a funny little tidbit from my week. It's been a little wild.
Yeah.
Like I say, fam, the fuckery is real.
You're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah. So before, again, we jump into this, we have some Hard Talk stickers for sale. You want some? I think we're going to sell what? Maybe 5, I don't know. I don't know how to price these.
No, it's stickers.
$2.50 a pop.
Like a sticker?
Yeah.
Oh, no, it works.
Yeah. It'll be up on our website that's coming to you very, very soon. You can follow our Instagram and Facebook page at Hard Talks with B&H for more deets coming up on that soon. And links will be linked in our bio. Sarah. My vagina is calling.
It will be after this.
What are you reading to me?
It's all the tingles. So I haven't read this passage yet, so I might fuck it up a little bit. So this is actually from Jessie.
And how'd you meet Jessie?
Okay, so I'm on a Facebook group with all these authors, and there was one book called In Ruins that we were talking about, and I read that series in like a week.
By who?
Oh, shit. Hold on. Let me look. Yes. I know who it's by, but I can't remember. Sorry. Yeah, man. What the hell? K.G. Roos. So REUSS. K.G. It's called In Ruins.
Sweet.
It's a really good series. Like, that shit will fuck you up.
How many books are in this series? Because I know
4.
you've read some that have like 13 to 15
So yeah,
books in a series.
There's 2 authors. One of them's name's Caroline.
Oh.
And it's her, I think it's her sister-in-law and her Susan.
That's not where Caroline was inspired from, no.
Caroline came from like the Vampire Diaries. 110%. I was watching the Vampire Diaries.
I knew that, but I
And
just wanted you to tell everybody else.
Oh, I will tell anyone. Like, Caroline from the Vampire Diaries, I heard that name and I was like, oh my God, I love that name. And then it just kind of like...
Just like that.
Yeah. In my 12-year-old brain, I was like, oh my God.
We were not 12. We were 14.
When it came out?
Yes. We were in 8th grade. I remember specifically the premiere date because I read the books.
Oh, shit.
And then the premiere episode, me and this girl from junior high who's a shit show.
It was a shit show.
We were watching it together and we were ripping it apart because Caroline is redhead.
And she's a bitch.
And she's a bitch and not their friend.
No.
And it was just, the series is
because
good.
Elena was blonde.
Uh-huh. Yep.
I think, I don't know. I don't know.
So, I mean, to each their own. But
I
no,
like it.
I love the series. I've watched up till like the 8th
I mean, I feel like you have to kind of like change the book to give it more drama.
Are there 8 seasons?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. There's like after Klaus leaves and then all the originals leave, I keep falling off. I can't get past that point.
Yeah. Because they started the originals after that.
Yeah. And that was a good movie for the first 2 seasons too.
Yeah. I can't get past the last one. Like, I know what happens, but I'm just like, ugh. And then there's the Legacies, which is like
I don't know about that one.
a spin-off of Vampire Diaries.
Of course it is. Are these all books too, based off of books? Like, are there spin-offs of the Vampire Diaries, book-wise?
I don't know.
Huh.
I'll have to look.
I'll have to Google that.
Because I know on Netflix, Sex Life. That's a book.
Chase, Google that for me. I'm gonna, nope.
You're just Googler. You're not talking. We just want you to Google.
Yeah. Google if there's spin-off book-wise.
See, like, look on Kindle if there is the Legacies.
Yeah.
Spin-off
I want to
of
know if
Vampire
that's just like a
Diaries.
television spin-off
It might
of
just be a
Vampire Diaries.
television.
Anyways, hard fucking tangent.
I mean, hey, it's fine.
But yeah, we were in 8th grade.
Cool.
I was going Christian Heritage School in Riverdale, Utah.
Juta.
Yep. All right. So what is this passage that friend Jessie from said erotica
My
novel Facebook group
Gave me.
/ also new BFFF?
Yeah, so we were talking about In Ruins together because I was like, what the fuck is happening? And she's like, I'm just going to DM you. And I was like, please do.
And you said this girl can read like a book a day.
Oh my God, she's like the book ninja. Like, you need a freaking, she is a PA now, which is a publisher's assistant.
Ooh.
So she like, yeah.
We should have her on the show for one of these
Yes.
bonus episodes, and she should bring on some of her favorite books.
Oh yeah, she has an Instagram where she does like reviews and shit.
I want to know all about
Oh my God.
the publishing. I'm drinking water too, guys.
I think that's what it's called.
Publishing assistant.
Um,
It's also physician's assistant
I know there's a
and
lot of words.
also a sound system.
Yes, it is. So this one from her, I haven't read it, so I don't know like where to start it out from. So it's from Secrets We Keep by Mila Sin, chapter 16, Jacob's point of view.
Oh God.
I can't help myself because like when in my mind I'm like reading it, I'm like, yeah. And I read it out loud, I'm like, ooh, that sounds a lot worse. Because I'll read them like, babe, listen to this. And he's like, what the hell are you reading?
You
I'm
read
like,
it out loud and you feel like
weird.
maybe I shouldn't be saying these things.
Because some of it, like,
how do you think the person
writing it
feels? You think they're all hot and steamy the whole time, or after like they're published and contracted out, it's just like a job and a deadline at that point?
I think it is because there's this one author. Her name's her pen name is M. Robinson, and oh my God, her books. She is like the queen of angst.
Ooh,
like there's one
like sexual angst.
There's no
building sexual tension.
No, like shit goes down. So like, there's one book. It's like a second in a series, and I can't remember what it is, but it's this girl and this guy. And they've been friends since like high school, and then they fall apart, and they finally get back together, and she goes for a run, and she's wearing his t-shirt. Well, this guy comes out of nowhere, has like her boyfriend's t-shirt, pulls it over her head, and rapes her. So all she can think about and smell is her boyfriend. So she has no idea who it is. How, like, yeah, that's what
to me, that's not angst. Well, maybe it is, because I think of teenage angst. Anyways, man,
like,
that's
like,
fucked.
Yeah. That's her books. I have only read like a couple of hers.
I think that would take me to a deep and dark and scary and twisty place.
This shit, like like on our book, when we like on our, there's like a group, it's called Deliciously Dark and Taboo. And you have to put on there, like, if you have a trigger. They're like, no triggers, like, this is my trigger. I can't handle, like, child abuse, sexual abuse.
Yeah.
Like, certain fetishes I don't like.
Yeah.
Because, my God.
There's a fetish for everything now.
I did not know. There was this book that someone was reading. She's like, I found it. She's like, I didn't have any triggers until this. And it's, I can't remember
From a fucking book.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called, but it's where they eat shit. That is their... Yes. What, babe, what was that word called? I showed it to you, and I was like, read this. It was like the weird-ass fetish of where they, like, eat feces.
Google that.
I mean... Google that one, because that's like I can't pronounce it. It's
We've
like
moved on from Vampire Diaries. We're over that. Google.
He was watching YouTube at that point.
I need to know, because I've heard of people being into like people defecating on them, like their chests, but not.
Yeah.
No.
Or there's like
no
people like will like there was like a book where there was like male on male, and he like pissed inside the guy.
Mentioned that one before.
Yes.
We've also brought up like real life cases where
breath play.
Yeah, like people
play.
like a lot of people die from breath play and not doing it properly. But too, like someone, who the fuck was it that brought it up?
I think it was Dre.
It was Dre Rocca.
Because he didn't know what it was, and I was like, it's breath play.
Yeah, but he brought up, like, a woman died because, like, she reached out to someone who she wanted to be, like, them be her master. And then the guy got sued because he was a NFL player, and she's like, I want to pass out, and then I want you to punch me. Okay, so that is
punched her really hard.
That is what Dre brought up. But there's another case, and I honestly think we've mentioned them too because we are diehard Crime Junkie fans here. But they've covered a case where a woman reached out, and honestly, I think Kendall Ray covered it too on her YouTube channel, where someone who was it was consensual, started this online relationship with someone in a chat room for like dominatrix stuff. And she was looking for a master, and she wanted to be beaten and choked out. And literally, like, I haven't researched this case or heard this episode in a long time, so I won't give you super big details because they're kind of fuzzy to me. But she died. And they had the hardest time prosecuting this guy because
it's consensual.
Yeah. So it's like, what do you do with that situation?
Mentally, what do you do with that?
Well, but
like you're being like a master and you kill your submissive, and you're just like,
he was not like a shining like perfect character either. So they were really trying to like pin him for freaking murder.
So he's probably like, I'll be your master and I'm going to kill you because I'm a serial killer.
But like, she was into that. Like she fantasized about like being murdered and raped, like pretty much. Yeah, for real. She left behind her family and kids to go do this.
Some people.
And I don't think she had any intention of coming back. Like that's what she was looking for.
I mean,
but
what is it?
Coprophilia.
Yeah.
Ew. No.
Disgusting.
Sarah gave me like a sly grin to that, and I'm kind of like, girl, you're letting your freak flag fly extra high these days.
See, I don't. I haven't found my trigger yet, so.
She's up for anything.
I mean, I'll read whatever. Give it to me all. I mean, I might.
But could you imagine like being one, like a character in some of these scenarios?
Oh, I wish.
So yeah, like is it a fantasy thing? Like, do you?
I mean, I would love a gangbang. Who wouldn't love a gangbang?
Yourself in these people's shoes.
I mean, some of the stuff they do, I'm just like, ooh, oh god. Careful, sweetie. I don't know. Some of it's like but the books I read haven't been that bad.
I guess what I'm really trying to ask is, there's no limits for you. Like you don't have a line that's like
reading wise. Yeah. No, not. I haven't found it yet.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was curious about.
I haven't.
Because like you said, with the trigger thing.
Because like a lot of people, because like in Ruins, like it is definitely there is triggers because there is drugs, addiction, and child abuse.
Okay.
So it literally
is that like more background story for these characters, or is like the child abuse being done? Like
no, it's
okay.
He talks about it, and it just is like it just makes you sick to your stomach, and you're just like, what? Like I messaged like at the time, I'm like, what the fuck, Jesse? Why? And she's like, I know, right? I'm like. So my heart goes out to this kid. I
imagine because with some of these authors having so many books in a series, I imagine that the character build is pretty strong. Like you get attached to these characters. It's not like a shitty porno where they just like are the mailman and knock on the door and then they just
like
go
you get to really like know.
Okay, so there is like a story behind it. Mm-hmm. It's not just. Fuck.
Exactly. So like sometimes like in some books I'm like I read it like in The Sinner's Playground. I think there's no like sexual activity until like I think the end of the book. And it's like a 600-page book.
Oh my god.
So that's a lot of like back
story.
Like back. Yeah. So you get to know who they are and it's kind of funny cuz there was a book I read and it was so funny to me because the main character one of the main characters, his name was Chase, and the main female character, her sister, like her brother, was dating a Sarah. So I was like, yes. babe, listen to this.
This is us.
So, but it's weird for me because sometimes, like when I read about chases, I'm just like, because they're like different characters.
I'm the same way too. Like
certain names, I'm just like.
Both of my baby daddy names, I don't know anyone who's a good person by those names. So it's like that's a trigger in itself.
Yeah,
their name, and it doesn't always have to be negative, but it definitely reminds you.
Like there's this one this one book came out, and she's like, I really want to read it, but my son's name is the main male character's name. I don't know if I can do it. And I get that because you'd be like sitting there reading a sex scene on the girl's point of view and being like, I guess she's like with like she's calling out his name and like, oh my god, Logan, and you're just like,
that makes me feel
it's like it's your kid's name, so you're just like, this makes me feel awkward.
Yeah, that's a mood killer.
But for Chase, I'm just like,
God damn it. Chase. So I have my ring for sex belt. If at any point when you're going through this and things get a little steamy, we're gonna ring the bell.
You ready to hear?
But I'm gonna shut up and let you read this now.
I don't even know how to like start in on this because I don't even know where to go with it. Exactly, because I don't know where they're at, what they're doing, because she screenshotted it to me.
Mm-hmm. Just jump into it.
All right, so this
Balls
is
deep.
This is what chapter 16 of this. I'm afraid to like X out of it because I'm not gonna be able to find it again. This is Jacob's point of view. So this is this guy's point of view. I'm so nervous.
Her laugh. You can tell.
Okay. Are you ready for this?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Now the anticipation is built so much. I think I need to ring this now.
I haven't read this. I don't know what to think. Okay.
We're doing it.
No, I should have. I can read another passage of where I read before.
We're doing
That's
both.
the gangbang. Okay. All right. Okay. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. So. Oh my God. All right. She gets in, finds what she's looking for, and starts a data dump onto one of our hard drives. The spinning wheel and loading bar tells us it'll take an hour or so. She uses the time to lean on my shoulder and watches me work going through Blake's info. See, I have no idea what's happening.
That's okay. We're getting some context
I haven't
here.
read this book.
Nope,
so
we're setting the scene, Sarah. Don't shit on it yet.
After about 10 minutes of mindless code, I feel her lips on my neck over my crown tattoo. Her kisses are soft.
Of course, he has a crown tattoo.
Well, duh. Maybe he even has a... What is it?
Prince Albert.
No, it's a ladder.
Oh, I don't know.
What is it? Something ladder. Shit. I'll think about it. Her kisses are soft, but then she uses her tongue to lick a line from the collar of my shirt up to my ear. I lose focus entirely and swivel in my chair to face her. Her hands run up my pecs and settle on my shoulders. She launches herself at me, and because this shitty chair doesn't have armrests, she's able to straddle me immediately. Immediately. And then, this is the best chair ever made. Her hands continue mapping my chest, and she brings them to the front. Oh, it's a Jacob's ladder. That's what it is. His name is Jacob. It's like, on their penis, it's like the whole...
Oh,
shaft.
it's ribbed?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's called a Jacob's ladder.
Well, maybe.
I learned all this shit from like books and my groups. It's amazing.
Well, Molly Mormon Sarah ain't a saint no more.
Nope. Her hands continue mapping my chest, and she brings them to my front to undo the buttons of my shirt. On my shirt, Jacob, I need you. Oh, thank the queen. We've been too busy for anything between the injury, hits on dealers, Blake and her trip to do anything other than make out before exhaustion runs us over. We haven't had sex, but the way Lucas asked if we had while Rogue was away makes me think they have. Lucky bugger. I growl low in my throat as the rest of my shirt is ripped apart, buttons flying in all directions. Rogue lowers her head and kisses me desperately.
May I say something?
Please do.
I like that even though between all the hits and the drug
I know.
dealers and everything and the injuries, he still finds time to make out with his lady before exhaustion sets in.
I think this might be like reverse harem too, so.
I love it. Continue.
I don't know. I gotta like read more into this book. So I growl low in my throat as the rest of my shirt is ripped apart, buttons flying in all directions. I think I already read this part. Rogue lowers her head and kisses me desperately. She unbuckles my black leather belt and undoes my trousers.
Trousers.
I think it's so funny, like when you get like English and you're just like, trousers, not pants.
Your trousers.
Trousers.
Get those trousers off your body, bitch.
Honestly. I lift high enough to assist in pulling them down to my thighs, and she drops between my legs. Her tongue trails down my stomach as she makes her way to my straining black boxer briefs. Her nails scrape lightly over my nipples, and I shiver. They continue south until she has them hooked into my waistband. She pulls my underwear down to join my pants in a tangle near my knees and leans forward. I fist a hand in her hair and direct her where I need her most.
That's not where I thought that was going.
Just wait. Suck my cock, love. I groan out in a tone that brooks no argument. Her tongue traces my dick and she flicks the piercings as she goes by them.
He does.
Oh, yes. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. As she goes by them, she asked about them last week, and I told her they're called a Jacob's Ladder.
Jacob has a Jacob's Ladder.
She snorted and said it worked, with my name being Jacob and all. Apparently, she has a thing for apt names. I have a Prince Albert piercing as well. My good lord, man.
I called it. What did I say?
You did, and it feels goddamn amazing with each lick and stroke of her tongue. The pull of the metal, the heat of her mouth, the caress of her tongue. When she grips the base with her hand and opens her mouth to direct me in, I almost lose my shit like a teenager getting his first blowy.
I feel like a teenager now listening to this. Like, oh my God.
I'm the one reading it. Shit, we got like 5 more pages of this. You ready? It's not even over. Didn't even go to the sex part yet. This is just a blowy.
I know. It's so detailed.
Yeah.
Continue.
Shit, I'm like, my cheeks are getting rosy. Being embarrassing. She teases with small strokes before sucking me down. She reaches about halfway before coming back up again. Ro continues her descent, going further and further each time she bobs her head until her gag reflex kicks in at about the 3/4 mark. Her lips are stretched wide to fit me in, and her cherry red lipstick has smeared all over my cock. It's an image I'll carry with me forever. Despite her determination to take me all the way to the hilt, I don't want her to hurt herself. I'm a bit bigger than most, and I know the piercings cause a bit of a hindrance with oral if you're not used to them.
Oh, well,
if you look up Jacob's Ladder, like they'll have it on a banana, it's literally like the whole shaft is pierced.
That sounds painful.
Mm-hmm. And a Prince Albert, that's like the tip.
I know.
That dude, he's just like, you know what?
He's like, he knows what's up. He's like, I don't want to hurt her. Mm-hmm. How nice of him.
If you're not used to him, but we'll get used to him. Don't worry.
Oh my God.
I'm getting close to coming, but I'd rather come in her hot pussy than her mouth. I hadn't had her to myself like this, and I'm determined to pleasure her, not just take what I want. I'm a man desperate and on edge. Clenching my jaw to keep myself in order, I order her up. To keep myself in control, I order her up.
Up, bitch.
Hooking my hands under her arms, I haul her up and into my lap. Her skirt settles over us as she grinds herself on my dick.
How convenient. She's in a skirt.
Right? As always. And I hike it up to her waist. I fist the crotch of her panties and pull, ripping yet another pair in my forever. Whoops. I'm going to need to buy her some more if I keep doing this with the few pairs she brought with her. Before my mind can take off in the direction of Rogue, modeling lacy lingerie for me privately, she settles on my lap. And she's so wet, she takes me part way into her pussy. She instantly locks up as my cock is engulfed in her heat. And I snuggle. And I struggle to maintain a clear head while every instinct in my body is demanding I push into her with everything I've got.
Sarah's red, guys.
No, this isn't even bad. This is one-on-one. I have another one where it's like legit gangbang where there's 3 of them.
Okay, well, we're trekking.
Are you clean? She asks, wigging out that we didn't put a condom on and smacking a hand on to her forehead in that real life, honest to God face palm.
How responsible.
I mean, hey, you're
Good
already
job,
halfway
guys.
there. You're already halfway there, so that sucks.
I didn't expect to hear that in one of these novels.
Yeah, they do. A lot of them will use, like, they're like, oh my God, get a condom. Like, I'm not doing this without a condom. But then, like, the other reading I'm going to do, they don't ever use condoms.
Yeah.
So she gets
more people, more problems.
Right? He goes, yes, tested a month ago, and I haven't had sex since. Birth control? IUD, but we need a condom, she responds quickly. Agreed. Surprise babies and super secret spy colleagues probably don't mix. I nudge her off of me, and despite her whimpers of protest, she complies because she knows the condom is vital. Grabbing the hem of her sweater top, I pull it over her head and watch as her tits spill out of the top of her bra. Is that her mobile in there? I pull out the phone and toss it onto the chair behind me. The white lace is losing the battle with her full tits. I pull the cups under, resisting the urge to motorboat the fuck out of her. skirt still rucked up around her waist, I spin her around and push her forward into the desk in front of us until her tits are flush against the glass tabletop.
Yes.
Oh, get it. She lets out a whimper at the cool temperature, but stays where I positioned her. I whip my belt from my trouser loops and fashion a quick knot with her hands through either side. I pull to tighten it, and her hands rest above her ass locked together.
Oh,
okay,
damn.
Yeah. Okay, love? I asked to be sure. I don't know her preferences, but I can tell she's tired of being wrapped in cotton wool by us. Yes, Jacob, fuck me. She ends her demand with a groan as her hand tightens around the length of the belt. Her breath fogs the monitor in front of her. I snag my wallet, now hanging from my back pocket, and grab the condom out of it as quickly as possible. I hold the foil packet in front of her face. She grips a corner with her teeth, and I pull the packet away so it opens. Teamwork makes the damn dream work. Rolling it on, I feel my hand shaking in anticipation. I slide my condom-covered cock up and down her slit a few times, coating my dick in her juices, then line up and push inside her. I slide it effortlessly despite my size, and it feels like coming home.
Coming home.
Get it?
I get it. Did she spell it that way
No.
too? God damn it, she should
Regular
have.
coming home.
Coming home. Hey, how do you think condoms feel on pierced members? I would think that would be like restricting and kind of maybe hurt.
That would suck.
Yeah, I mean, and what if one gets caught when you take it off and it tears? That just
damn.
Yeah, I went there.
This is the
Sorry.
book. This is the book. So
well,
I'm
too. You know, this is why I'm sensitive. I've said this on the main episodes.
Well, he hasn't pulled it off yet, so we don't know.
I'm too visual of a person, so I literally like put myself in these people's. I'm an empath. I put people in. I can't say it. I put myself in people's shoes. And it's hard for me not to imagine, like, shit going to shit like everything does in my actual life. Yeah. Yeah.
I just say it's a book and anything can happen.
Or life. Anyways, I apologize. Continue.
I hold the tail end of the belt so her arms are taut behind her, and I lean back to get a different angle. Her moan that breaks free is glorious, and I feel like a man unchained as I pound into her from behind. My hand reaches around to find her clit, and I start rubbing slow, taunting circles. Yeah, just this is like, I read one where it was like a 10-minute chapter about them having sex.
Get it, girl.
She shouts out a curse, and my name is ripped from her throat as she comes. Her body begins to quiver below mine. I release a knot on her hands, her palms slamming the desk on either side of her head. She starts pushing back into me after I give her a moment to recover. She tries to take control and top from the bottom. That doesn't make sense. She tries to take control and top from the bottom.
Well, yeah, because he was beating her meat, and now she's giving it back.
Okay.
But still from the bottom.
Okay, that makes sense now. Oh, no, love. I'm in charge here. Keep that arse up and stay still.
Are they British? They must be.
My accent isn't the only thing that grows thicker with each stroke inside her.
There
we go. See, let me finish my goddamn sentence.
I'm sorry, I can't contain it.
Jacob, keep talking, she pants out. A smug smile takes over my face, and my hand grips her hip hard enough to leave fingerprint bruises on her delicate skin as I keep her steady. My other hand draws up just to come back down and deliver a slap to her round ass that has the color pinking nicely. Oh my God. She squeezes my dick and lets out a moan as my hand connects again. Oh, you're not going to clap there? There you go. This time to soothe away the sting. I feel her walls clenching as I continue thrusting into her. And when it seems they can't get any tighter, she comes with such a roar and a vice grip on my cock that I can't help but follow. Good girl, I murmur and leave a trail of kisses up her back and over her shoulder until I reach her ear, biting on the lobe. Shiver overtakes her body, and a tightening around my dick has me already thinking about round 2.
Yes, please.
Yeah, right? I mean, these guys have a stamina of like...
Stamina,
whatever.
Oh, we're back. Like 12 episodes ago back.
I know. I need that on a shirt.
Stamina.
Your favorite blonde can't say stamina.
We've literally said it so wrong so many times.
It's just
I've
natural.
said that before. I don't remember how it's actually pronounced. But anyways.
I know how to look it up. As she steadies, I spin and haul her into my arms, collapsing onto the chair with her astride me. I hear clapping coming from nearby and turn my head. Rogue follows my direction. We both look out into the central area of the warehouse, through the glass wall to see Noah, Han, and Lucas awarding us a standing ovation. I worry about how Rogue will react to our audience when she just drops her head back and laughs.
Wow. I don't know if I'm ready for this gangbang. I literally have goosebumps. Get it, girl? Secret spies, fucking.
I know, right? Okay, so this one is Clearwater University, Book 3, Chapter 6.
That does not sound like an erotica novel. I think there should be a caution warning on the front, because I think any old lady or sweet grandma might pick it up and be like, oh, university book.
Now look at the...
Oh.
Yeah, really? Come on.
Yeah, you're right. The cover is...
He's like a ripped
chiseled
young man with his shirt up.
Beefy, yes.
Is this taboo?
Oh my god, you guys. How did you like that bonus content? I know you want to hear more, because let me tell you, there's a whole nother passage and it's about a freaking gangbang. So, if you're intrigued, if you're on the hook as much as I was when I'm sitting here listening to all this smut, you definitely want to slide into Patreon and get the full episode. It's a goodie, I promise. And content like that, the really naughty content, the even harder talks, candid convos, and taboo talks, if you will, those are going to be on Patreon. And they're going to be worth the $5 to $20, let me tell you. Oh my God. I have so much content coming to you guys. It's crazy. I'm so excited. And I'm so excited to hear from you guys and hear what you think. If you want to email into the show, you definitely can. Again, tell us what you think. Give us topic ideas, what you want to hear us talk about. Reach out, share perspective, whatever. Just say hey. You can email into hardtalkswithbnh@gmail.com. If you haven't already, go follow our Instagram and Facebook page. It is huge. You have no idea how much it helps us on the business end of things. I swear, again, kisses. I'm ridiculous. It's okay. Hard Talks with B&H on Instagram and Facebook. And you can also give us a follow at Hard Talks with B1. And on that very note, before I wrap it up, today's dropping date, when you're hearing this, it's August 20th. I like these guys. I get a kick out of these. I'm going to start doing them regularly. But August 20th, because there's a fucking holiday for everything now. And I can't. Why? They're ice cream day every day, I literally think. But August 20th is National Tooth Fairy Day. Keeping the tradition of a child receiving a gift for a lost tooth alive. Love that. Seems like a random date, though. Like, why do you think the Tooth Fairy would pick August 20th of all the days in the year? Like, I don't know. August 20th is also the Gold Cup Parade. The parade proves that when citizens of Charlottetown throw a party, everyone turns out. So it's just a big, giant, like, Mardi Gras type party, I suppose. I don't know. National Chocolate Pecan Pie Day. I personally am not a pecan person. I mean, I like my nuts. Who doesn't? But pecans, I don't know. So if you're into that, get a slice of pecan pie. I don't even know if Marie Callender's is a thing anymore, but National Radio Day is also today, which I freaking love. Little side story, if you didn't know, I went to Weber State for a while and I wrote for the Signpost newspaper. I was a journalist, and I think I even mentioned that story on the show before, but because writing has always been my passion. I love to write. And they told me, honey, you should focus on being something else, like a columnist, because you are way too opinionated to be a journalist. But nowadays, I think I'd fit in just fine, considering we don't know. Like, news media, you can't even source your facts anymore because people are like, that's not real news. But anyways, that's how I got into radio. And they had a broadcasting club on the campus, and I immediately fell in love with it. And I told myself one day, I was like, I'm gonna impact the world with doing something with radio or production or, you know, writing. So love that. I'm gonna celebrate National Radio Day for sure. What else is today? August 20th is St. Stephen's Day. I've never heard of this. St. Stephen's Day is an official holiday of Hungary, and they celebrate the foundation of the state. So it's a Hungarian holiday. That's cool. What's up, you guys in Hungary? Is it Hungary or Hungary? Roast me in the emails. I need to know. World Mosquito Day. Why is that a thing? Who the fuck was like, let's have a National Mosquito Day? Like, enough people had to collectively decide to make these days, right? So why? More than just annoying summertime pests, mosquitoes are also responsible for spreading malaria. So yeah, let's give them a fucking day. August 20th. That sounds appropriate to me. Anyways, you guys, Jesus. I hope your day treats you well. Like I was saying in the beginning, you're smart, you're brilliant, you're hardworking, you're funny, you're beautiful, handsome, intelligent. You can do anything that you set your mind to. So make today your bitch, all right? Till then, guys, I hope you have a great rest of your week. I can't wait to hear from you. Be kind. Be safe out there. Stay wise. Love yourself so fiercely that when other people see you, they know exactly how it should be done. All right, bitch? Yes, because we all deserve that level of confidence and love in ourselves. Am I right? I'm right. I feel like there was one more thing I was going to say, but you guys know me. Ring for sex. That's what I'm going to go do this weekend. I hope you have fun plans, like I was saying. Go out, get into nature, take those shoes off, put the toes in the grass. It feels good. Feels good. Yeah. All right. I'm ridiculous. But anyways, fam, we appreciate your support, and I love you. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Until next week. Bye.
Glad you bye. Hard talk, Yeah.